Hello, I'm Alby Esc, DJ and producer based here in Mexico City. And right now it's Pride weekend, probably my busiest weekend this year so far. And it's gonna be wild. I'm gonna take you guys on a journey on all the clubs, raves, all the gigs that I have this weekend. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be wild. And buckle up. That started since I was a child. Since I was a child, I was always into electronic, aero dance, what was going on at that moment, like 1999, early 2000s. I was super into that music, and at the time I didn't know that it was not what was normal of a child to like. I was just very into it. Now that I'm an adult, I'm like, okay, so I was really into this since I was a kid, because now I know what kids used to listen to during those times. And for DJing, I was like, how can I make this passion? Because it was a passion. I was always looking into what the new releases, the new music that was coming up. So it was all, that music came from DJs and music producers. And I was like, okay, so that's the job. Like the art form, I guess, is the song, and the job is being a DJ, and I was like, I want to do that. Since I moved to Mexico City, I would always enjoy electronic music, so I would always go to raves, clubs that play that music. So before I learned how to be a DJ, I was already at the clubs, meeting people. All my friends were into that scene as well. So when I started learning because I took classes. So when I finished those classes, I was like, whoa, I want to like play at clubs or play at raves. So I started asking around all the places that I used to go to. I would send them messages, or if I knew the booker or someone involved at the club, I would ask them like, hey, I just finished my classes. I would really like a spot. Like obviously, since I'm a beginner, it will be the opening slot or any slot, any set time. Even if the club wasn't open, I just wanted an opportunity to play at a location where I got to show something, what I was learning or learned. Memorable moments of actually playing will be my first few gigs in person. I remember I would get so nervous, but I would also feel very special. Like part of me knew it was the beginning of something special and something, I don't know, I felt that I was doing something. And I still feel that way, but looking back, the first year of getting my first gigs, it would always be like I would always open, but then getting my first main slot or my closing slot, which are supposed to be like the most important ones, were very special moments, because I remember getting those calls of being like, hey, we want to book you for this place and we want you to close the event. And I remember like, I would like be like, yeah, sure. And the moment I would like hang up, I would like start crying and screaming and be like, oh my God, like I'm gonna play for this club and I'm closing. Oh, and I also remember the second time a club called me to play the second time for them. Like the first time I played a second time for someone, I remember I cried like after the phone call, because I was like, okay, like they liked my job, my set the first time, so they're calling me for a second time. That means I did a good job. I remember I cried as well, and it was very memorable and special. And ever since then, I just been growing, I guess, in this industry, and it's still memorable. I still keep having moments where I have to like pinch myself. About a week ago, I got a call to close for like an artist that I've been looking up to for like the past 10 years. And that was like a moment of validation, but also of like, okay, I'm doing something right or something correct. And that is also something, one of the most memorable things that has happened recently. And yeah, I mean, my whole career, which hasn't been very long, it's been, I believe, 3 years. I look at it with very memorable or special eyes. I'm very thankful. I'm touring. Next I feel very blessed and excited about touring not only Mexico but Latin America and Europe. This has been a dream of mine since I started, and something that now it's my reality, and it's a reality that I feel very lucky that I'm able to go to other countries to do what I love. Do I see myself in the future? I see myself doing what I'm doing right now, but on a bigger scale. Hopefully more countries, bigger stages. I really want to make my name a worldwide household name. And those are my goals. I just want to keep sharing what I love to do with more people and with more places and bigger stages. And that's what I'm working towards, and I believe I'll make it happen. And if you want to catch me at any of my gigs, dates this year, this summer, you can check my social media here, where I always post my locations and the venues and the gigs that I'm going to be playing at. And this summer I'm going to be in Europe, all of July and August. You can catch me there. I'll be posting the flyers and the venues when they send it to me, and you can catch me there when you get to see it.